Welcome to the Transparent FX Academy. I'm Nick and I'm a top author on TradingView with over 190k reputation points. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. This is the place to go for high quality free trading education. Now, without further ado, let's jump straight onto the charts. In this video, I want to speak about BTC USD because at the moment we do have quite interesting price action and structure. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market, then we will move to the on-chain data, and by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting from the macro, so looking really at the long-term movements on this chart, what we can notice is that at the moment the market is testing exactly the previous cycle high. From here, all the previous bear market was developed. Here we had the halving, the market entered into a bull market. Then we had once again the bear market, which in my opinion ended here with the rejection to the upside of this previous cycle high. I do not expect, in my opinion, the market to break below this previous low once again. Now, it's also important to point out though that I do not expect the market to create new all-time highs before 2024. Only after 2024 and the next halving, only at that point I expect the market to create new all-time highs. Now, if we drop a little bit closer here on the chart, what we can notice is that we also just had the break above a quite strong area of previous resistance, which is now turned support. From here, this move to the downside was created. This previous resistance is now turned support. And as we're testing this zone, we could expect a potential rejection to the upside. Going down on the weekly time frame, what do we have now? Here on the weekly, first of all, it's important to point out how this zone here is a very strong level of previous supply from which all this move to the downside was created, which is now turned here support and demand. It's also important to point out how if we zoom closer, we can see how there is a very high probability that during this move to the upside, a lot of traders started FOMOing into the market and adding a lot of leveraged longs. Now, if you're asking yourself, where are those stop losses? Where do all those traders actually have their stop losses? There is a very high probability that their stop losses are actually below this low, meaning that there is a high probability that the market might want to go and hunt all those stop losses before then getting a rejection to the upside. So there's a good probability to see another test of this previous resistance turn support before then getting more bullish price action away from the area. Going down on the daily time frame, what do we have? Now, from a daily perspective, what we can see is that in creating this move to the downside, the market is also creating an M pattern, specifically an overextended M pattern. And in general, after the creation of an overextended M pattern, what you would expect is a potential rejection to the upside for the market to retrace at least to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on the daily impulse. So what we could expect here is for the market to reject to the upside and retrace at least to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on this daily impulse. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the exchange reserves, so how Bitcoins are moving on and off from exchanges, what we can see here is that the black line is the price, the purple line is the amount of Bitcoins on exchanges. What we can see here is that as the price was declining, the purple line, so the amount of Bitcoins on exchanges, was declining even more, showing how there is a massive amount of Bitcoins getting bought and moved away from exchanges, possibly in cold storage. This creates an illiquid market because those Bitcoiners that are moving their Bitcoins in cold storage are less likely to sell onto the market if they don't even have the Bitcoins on exchanges. So that if demand gets increased or if the amount of Bitcoins emitted into circulation gets cut in half, which is exactly what will happen with the next halving event, at that point price should increase to accommodate for the new demand. So here on the daily time frame, as also the fundamentals of Bitcoin are strong, there is definitely a possibility for the completion of this overextended M pattern and for the market to reject higher. So How we could be approaching this potential rejection higher. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the on-chain data, those are the best timeframes from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best timeframes are the intraday timeframes, so 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries at that point, we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside for the market to retrace at least to the 0.32 of the Fibonacci taken on this daily impulse. Now, if you don't know what I'm speaking about when I say valid entries and these kind of things, that is all part of the mentorship program, which you can find at transparentfxtrading.com. Here, you will have the possibility to get access to my entire program. So with the all-inclusive mentorship program, here I have a complete presentation on this website explaining exactly what you gain access to. And you will see that you have the possibility to get access to my entire courses. So everything: risk management, day trading, swing trading, scalping, position trading. Also, you will have the possibility to get access to one-on-one private mentoring, the VIP market breakdown, so the Telegram signals, the COT data software, which is the one that we used in this analysis, the trading station software, which puts together everything you need as a trader all in one interface. And if you scroll lower here, continue to scroll on the website, you will see that directly from this website, you will have the possibility to join and gain automatically access with the email and password that you will create during the registration process. So definitely looking forward to having you on board. At least go and check it out, transparentfxtrading.com, and I will see you on it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free analysis, education, and updates for all of you, and I will see you in my next breakdown.